Good boy. Nice shot.
There, Yorin.
Yo.
For every kill you get a nada.
For every kill you get, I'll give you an ada.
For every kill you get,
Let's go shoot me! Shoot me! Shoot me!
How come Sinatra always flexing money? Because the Valorant community is cringe.
So if you don't know what Valorant is, you've probably never heard of Tinder, but for those who are mentally inept. Okay, there is VR chat, but that's a different problem altogether. It's basically a game that nowadays is more known for its voice chat interactions than the actual gameplay, and those voice chat interactions can quite easily be mistaken as a 3D graphical representation of your average degenerate Discord server.
Alright, so Discord kitten roll call. Kitten number 1, are you here?
meow.
Kitten number 2, are you here?
Meow.
Kitten number 3, are you here? Kitten number 3.
I'm over here stroking my dick. I got lotion on my dick right now.
Now all of what I've just said is what people think of Valorant. Because if you're not in the Valorant community, it definitely looks like that from the outside.
Hey baby. I know you've been having some trouble sleeping recently. But I want to help you. Are you ready? Sweet dreams, baby.
And every video I come across that says Valorant is in the toilet, which, yeah, its reputation definitely is, but it's slowly climbing back from the mountain of feces piled on top of its forehead. But the general consensus from every video I've watched is it has a cringe community full of e-daters, deep voice e-boys that have tied their testicles to anchors and have overdosed on sulfur hexafluoride to the point where they make Morgan Freeman sound like a prepubescent teen. And that is the reputation of Valorant. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe and like. Make sure to comment the position of your testicles today and what time you washed your foreskin. Alright, bye-bye. Now, how did it get like this? Well, it's down to one group of people, who are the 1 to 2% that have set this representation for the Valorant community, and some people have followed suit, expecting what those people are spreading, when in reality the majority of the players have nothing to do with this stereotype and just play the game because it's competitive and they find it fun, or it's just a game they chill or chill with friends with. But I very much doubt the person watching this video has friends. I'm looking at you. But before we get into the people that destroyed the community, what is Valorant? Ah, Valorant. A game that was made by the same company that quite literally made liquid degeneracy and addiction called League of Legends. The same company that gets blamed in chat if a single flaw is found in their game, that put their brainlit players slightly lower on the seesaw of a team fight, or the other team had a slightly brighter shade of bronze butt plug as the rank. So Riot obviously made a serious mistake when it came to matchmaking and match balancing. And there is no copium whatsoever, that's why you lost the game obviously. But Valorant is a tactical shooter with graphics that could probably run on a Tamagotchi. But with a diverse cast of characters and abilities that make the game unique. Just like how 3 characters have the same ability to smoke and flash just with different animations, and method of doing it with different flashy colours that will make an epileptic kid flop with excitement. And not to mention the many skins and bundles you can buy that equate to the same amount you pay in taxes every month, unless you're unemployed, or a student. But with that amount of money, you get a skin that makes your gun look like a dragon's erect phallic penis. And let's not forget the music and animation that plays when you get final kill. But Valorant is basically a love child between Overwatch and CSGO, the latter being the only one relevant and still loved. But it launched all the way back in 2020 and it was a good game. Even I played it for multiple years. I loved it. A new competitive game when the gaming landscape was desolate and basically abandoned. And I was waiting for a game like Valorant to activate the testosterone throughout my body when an enemy got a completely justified kill, but I'll chalk it up to complete bullshit and go into a complete guerrilla frenzy. Admittedly, I only managed to get to Diamond, but just look at this gameplay.
One enemy remaining.
Nice. Play time. Oh, city. Nice, Broom. Well played.
If that doesn't make you moister than an oyster, I don't know what will. But Valorant was very popular back in the day, and overall a good game, and it still is. Except for the copy and paste of a character's abilities. But the decrease in its reputation and overall demise of the game, to the point where people think people that play the game, and the game in general, are cringe, really lies with the community, as it always does. Now I'm not talking about your average player, because the average player has not set this stereotype where Valorant is known for e-dating, deep-voiced e-boys, and broken English.
No cap on a stack, skull emoji times 7.
This game is so easy, deadass. Not even trolling.
You want timeout, Yellow? You said you spawn.
Scared from the man, shut the fuck up!
And in my opinion, I think it's down to one group that has made it this way. One group of people that have advertised Valorant as this sort of space, so people that have never touched Valorant before will either expect this going into the game, which probably will increase the amount of e-daters and people pursuing that in lobbies, when in reality people just want to play the game to get a high rank, or just play it to have fun, and have to deal with the negative flack of being a Valorant player. And in my experience being in EU lobbies, I've never come across an e-boy and an e-girl trying to flirt with each other, or someone with a deep voice that sounds like their vocal cords were thrown into a black hole. It very well could be this is just isolated in the US servers, thank God, because all I have to deal with is people speaking 20 different languages and an angry Russian teammate.
Green, what's your problem, Green? What is your problem? Missile alone ramp. Missile alone ramp.
But I have played in the US servers for a whole season, and the only problem I really came across was why people were asking why my name was My Little PogChamp. It's very simple, I didn't think it would work, and it worked. But not a single e-data or e-boy or deep voice in sight. So who is setting this reputation for Valorant? The 1 to 2%. Content creators. This is just a random woman, by the way. I didn't know how to represent content creators in Valorant. And I very much think it is the content creators' fault, especially in short form content, for the reputation Valorant has, especially from people outside the Valorant community, because all they see is these e-girls and deep voice e-boys playing this game and having these voice chat interactions that are borderline disturbing and almost always sexually explicit. A good example of this is Schrödinger Lee, who is the grandfather of this format.
Yeah, if you win this, literally do anything you want to TwitchCon.
Oh my god, fuck. If we win? Okay. Don't fuck me!
And whilst watching some of Schrödinger Lee's recent content, I can very much say if you are someone that has never seen Valorant content, or you don't know who Schrödinger Lee is, and this is your first exposure to Schrödinger Lee, and the toxic waste that is Valorant content, one, you're going to think this is genuinely just Schrödinger Lee in his natural habitat, and two, this may set your opinion for the Valorant community. But looking at Schrödinger Lee's longer form content instead of just the shorts, he is very much different in his longer form content, and in more recent times he has walked away from this type of short form content, which is, you know, that.
Fuck me!
But some people have picked up where he has left off and abandoned that genre, because it can be viewed as profitable. People have put their own spin on it, and sometimes it's a lot more plastic, so to say, and more acted out.
Alright, boys and girls, let's play.
Oh wow, that sounded so zaddy.
What the fuck is a zaddy?
Alright, everybody else shut up. Your volume is going to 100.
Damn, bro.
Their performance is on the same lines as Aldi's square cheese. In a way, it feels very fake in your mouth, and the fact you can't even set it on fire and melt it. It's very fake, that's what I'm trying to say. And they put significantly less effort in them to make them even remotely feel genuine. But a big question is, who is watching this? Who is consuming this with absolute gluttony, to the point where these people actually think it's a good business adventure and keep doing it? Well, would you be surprised to know it is kids and teens who gravitate towards this content like a moth to a flame. And I still don't know why kids like this type of content. At their age, I was playing Viva Pinata, which is a significantly better game than Valorant and most games that came out this decade. You'd have a significant better time playing Viva Pinata than Valorant and any other game. But my opinions to the side, with kids and teens seeing this, they will probably go on Valorant and assume they can get the same, which also adds to the decreasing reputation of Valorant and the assumption the community is cringe.
Oh, really?
I think people who play League of Legends are like, aren't they like losers or something?
Okay, but you're role-playing on Valorant, so you can't really say that, but like, you are literally like getting down and sexual in Valorant.
You are literally getting down and sexual in Valorant! That shit made me giggle. That is the average British person response. He is British, right? Because you'll get these people going into these lobbies trying to riz anyone in sight. Like, honestly, I don't get what their objective is, to add them on Discord and then have some Discord e-dates or something. Like, damn girl, that Discord e-date was so hard you expanded my Wi-Fi's bandwidth. and completely destroyed my phone. Like, honestly, if you are after that. Finding someone in a video game is completely fine, and if you develop feelings for them, well, go ahead. But anything else, I don't know what to tell you. Look at yourself in the mirror. I'm talking stern look at yourself here, and just rethink what you're trying to do. And if that doesn't help, just go to VR chat. It makes a lot more sense if he was doing it there. But anyway, the content creators will keep churning this type of content out. Kids will see it, get on the game, make their reputation worse, and people outside the community will see these shorts and think, this game is terrible. Now, this form of short content has been dying down quite a bit. You no longer see it out in the open, but I assure you it is still there. Just significantly reduced. Now you know the type of content that is making people think Valorant is cringe. How about the content creators themselves? And I'm talking about the Valorant creators that don't upload this type of content.
Fuck me!
Well, most of them are the originators of the Valorant accent, where your brain cells are supposedly trying to catch up with your mouth.
Passively playing video games while I sit home and making six figures. Don't mind me.
Impact are you leaving on the world, bro? You can make as much money as you want. Like, what does that mean? You're gonna be remembered? Besides, like your Discord kittens?
Now, aside from the annoying Valorant accent, the reputation of Valorant content creators that aren't uploading this
Fuck me!
is still somewhat in the toilet. Except for a few creators like Tens, Kaide, and I guess WestJet, who calls these people out constantly, and has been blocked by a majority of them. But once again, a lot of them appeal to kids.
Okay, we're rating Valorant pickup lines. Willius, what is yours?
Being with you is such a breeze, but leaving you makes me fractured.
Okay, that's actually pretty... Oh, shit, okay.
Or at least I think. I honestly can't watch this. I can't see any adult ever watching this and thinking, that was some good content. Like, this guy's in Harvard, and obviously he brags about that a lot. I would brag about that. And obviously this guy's just attractive as fuck. I can't remember his name, but his content is actually pretty okay, except for these, I guess. Obviously some of them might have a contract, some of them might be acting like this to get money. All respectable. But they do represent the Valorant community. And when you've got a majority of them with an ego higher than the Empire State Building, or at least they're acting like that, it does make Valorant and the community look bad. Now, to be honest, the Valorant community definitely is not perfect. Going into a competitive lobby is basically like dipping your toes in toxic waste, because either somebody is taking it so serious that if you're bottom fragging, they will use you as a punching bag and insult you with every slur under the sun, and then report you afterwards, even though they weren't even that far behind you on the leaderboard. But that is in every game, especially if they have a competitive mode. But once again, if you can't deal with that, always Viva Pinata. I'm telling you, game of the year. Not even that, game of the century. But in my opinion, the stigma and stereotype that all Valorant players are cringe is a misunderstanding. Because if you've never played Valorant before and all you're seeing are these shorts, where someone is basically ramming their cock through the USB port, yeah, you're gonna think it's cringe and a terrible community, and even if you do play the game, you're probably gonna run into some kids that think that is the type of game it is and try to recreate it. But unlike VR chat, I think it is the content creators that made it bad, not the people that just play it. So, to summarize the video, you are gonna get no e-sex in Valorant. That's it. Bye-bye.